Hello, and welcome to Don't Ask Me Shit, the podcast. Trying to check and see if I'm going live. This is the second episode. I'm so happy to be here. This is a podcast for us to stop pretending, stop sugarcoating, and stop dancing around the real issues. I'm Coach Dory, and I'm a relationship recovery coach, helping you to heal from the relationships that hurt you or make the ones that you have even better. So, just doing a couple of checks here to see where I'm showing up. I should be on both Facebook and YouTube. So if you see me, if you hear me, say hey. I don't know where everything is, so give me a minute here. Yeah. Hopefully yep, it says live there. So waiting for this to say live here. Says I'm on here, so I'm going to assume that I am, and I'm just going to keep rolling. If I'm not, I'll come back on here and do this later. So today we're going to talk about dumping on you, people dumping on you emotionally, coming to you constantly with their issues, their problems. And of course, in the name of the podcast itself, they don't want to do the work. So today we're going to talk about why that happens and what you can do to help protect your emotional energy from these particular energy vampires. We'll call them that. So first I want to read something that someone sent me. I got a listener letter. So excited. Okay, so it says, Coach Dory, I'm frustrated because people in my life keep coming to me for advice, especially about relationships. They ask me what I think, I tell them honestly, and then they do the complete opposite. But I'm tired of repeating myself and watching people ignore what they asked for. How do I handle this without becoming cold or cutting people off? That part, the cutting people off part. So first thing I want to do is talk about why people are doing this. And I kind of mentioned it the last episode, touched on it a little bit. And it's not always malicious. I know it just seems like you just destined to do what you want. You don't care what I have to say. I know it feels like at times that they just want to hurt. You just want to keep going through this. But there are real other reasons, some good, some valid, some not, that people take themselves through this process. First of all, most of them want validation. They don't really want direction. They just want to know that feel that what they're talking about makes sense. It's right. It's right to them. Please tell me it's right to you. The other thing is they want to vent. They don't want to solve. Let me go back. They want validation, not direction. Yeah, they want you to co-sign with them. They want to vent. They don't want to solve. I'm looking at my notes, yeah. They want reassurance that they're not wrong. They want to feel seen or important. People that have been ignored often in life, they want to be seen. And when they're coming and they're asking for advice and you give it to them or don't give it to them, they feel like that you're ignoring them. They like the idea of change, but they don't want to do the work. This is the hardest part because change is hard. It's messy. It is not clean. It is not fun. It's dirty. It hurts. And they want to be different, but when they start getting into the feelings of all of that, nah, this ain't for me. So they keep coming back. Sometimes it's habitual helplessness. It's a habit. They are so used to putting it out there and letting someone else figure it out for them that they don't even know how to begin. And then when you couple that with the pain of doing the work, it is just unbearable. So first of all, I want to start by saying that your advice may not be wrong. I don't know what kind of advice y'all giving. I know mine is always dope, and I'm sure you're thinking yours is too. Ha ha. But it doesn't mean that your advice is wrong. It means, though, that at that time in you two's lives that you're not aligned. You're misaligned with your purpose, where you're going, your opinions. And again, you don't always have to agree with everybody. That's them and you. But, you do want to be aligned with people that you have similar mindsets, views on life and things. It does make it a little bit easier. So I want to talk about, let's see. That was I'm sorry. I'm looking at my notes. They all over the place. They're all over the place. They're all over the place. So here's something that you could say. And it's going to sound mean at first. I promise it's going to sound mean. But practice this, and you can say this in a very loving way. But you want to set a boundary. If this person keeps coming to you over and over and over again, and you, let me turn this volume down. This person keeps coming to you over and over and over again, and you feel it. You're drained. You can't take this anymore. You need to set a boundary. You need to set something in place so that they know when they're coming. If they're not ready to take action, you can't do this. So something could say, if you keep asking me the same question and rejecting my answers, you're not confused. You're avoiding responsibility. What that does is let them know, number one, I'm tired. I done told you something over and over and over again, and you ain't listening. But two, it puts it back on them. It makes it their responsibility. It makes it theirs to handle. It keeps them from coming to you and expecting you to fix it for them. Come on now. The same thing. And this is not judgment, because I know I have been guilty of this. And I said in the last episode with some of my people in my life that have ghosted me, I know I have gotten on their nerves. I keep talking about the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, do something about it. I was getting on my nerves. So I get it. But at some point, we need to do something. We need to make something happen. We can't keep doing this to our loved ones, because our loved ones are going to leave us and they're like, I can't do you anymore. I can't do you anymore. But if it keeps showing up, it's a pattern. It's a pattern between the two of you, and even the listener, the advisor, and how you're showing up for them. You've got to do something different too. So here's how the pattern keeps showing up. If you keep seeing the same people venting instead of deciding, these people will shop around for advice. They hear what feels comfortable to them. Sometimes advice ain't comfortable. They confuse being heard with being helped. Being seen and being helped are not, they're two different things. And so you've got to work through that, and I can help you work through that too. They resent the advisor when the truth threatens their story. When the truth comes out and it threatens their entire story, it's like, oh no, I don't want to, no, I don't even want to talk to you anymore. I'm done. So what do you do? How do you keep people from wasting your energy? First, you ask a clarifying question. And I know people have done this. A lot of people learn to ask, do you want advice, or do you just need to vent? A friend of mine and I would do this question because, again, and I was the one going through at the time, and I just kept going over and over, and I know she was tired. But that question would be asked first. I tend to ask the question, how can I support you now? Because maybe they do want advice. Maybe it is venting. Maybe they want to be heard. So just clarify, what is it that you want from me in this moment? When they give you that answer, what her and I used to do or would do is we give a time limit. I can only listen to this for so long. You got 5 minutes to complain. Go. We've got to talk. We talk about this for 10 minutes. Go. And then we're done. Because again, who has the time to spend going over the same thing over and over and over again? And it wears on you. You will leave this conversation. People leave conversations like this and you feel drained, you feel tired, you feel depressed, and you don't even know why, because they just emotionally dumped all of their things on you. So ask the clarifying question. It gives you permission to listen without saying anything. It opens up the door if you have something to say. It's like, hey, you asked me, so I'm telling you, you can't get mad, right? The second thing you do is offer a solution. I didn't change my screen. Offer a solution. What a thought. Offer. Offer it as an option. Do you want a thought, or should I just keep listening? So let them know you have something that you can offer to them. But if they don't want it, let's keep this train moving. Just keep on rolling. This train will keep on rolling. Yeah, let it keep on going. But offer it. Let them know that you're there. But let them go. Let them go. If they don't want it, if they just want you to listen, just let it go. 10 minutes max, no more than 10. Give a sentence and then stop. That sounds like a boundary issue. Let them ponder that for a minute. Let them think about that for a minute. Is there something you could have done different? Let them think about that for a minute. And that puts the onus back on them. It forces them to come up with the solutions instead of relying on you to come up with the solution. So yeah, give a one sentence comment and then stop. Let them deal with it. Fourth thing you can do is detach yourself from the outcome. The art of detachment. Oh my gosh. The reason that this matters to us is because we care. Yes, we do care. You wouldn't even be talking to the person most of the time if you didn't care. But people grow when they're ready and not when it's right. And so when you give your advice or you're dealing with this, give your advice and attach from it. Don't even, I always say with the children, the Bible says that teach your child in the way it should go. And when they're old, that's the part that people always forget. When they're old, it's not that it happens right there. We want to give our kids advice and think, oh, they heard me and they're going to. No, they could be 50 years old before it finally clicks. I know there have been things that my mother and my grandmother have said to me, and I literally was 52 when I'm just like, wait a minute. Oh, that's what she meant. When they're old, give them the advice and detach from it. Don't wait to see the outcome. The outcome will come when it's time, when they're ready, when they're able to do the work. Detach your feelings and your emotions and your expectations from it. So, yes, that's a big one. I encourage everyone to try that one. So, the other thing you can do, especially for us creators and creatives and coaches, and you can and artists, take your wisdom and redirect it. We want to take and focus it on the people that are in front of us. The people that need you and need your advice, they'll find you. They'll find you if you're showing up on the stage, even doing stand-up. They'll find you when you're showing up and creating content for Facebook. They'll find you on Instagram when you're posting your reels, your carousels and things. The people that need what you want, what you have, they will find you. Let them come to you. Because I know a lot of times when you have all this wealth of wisdom and you want to share it with people and they don't take it, it can be depressing. It is a downer. So let the people find you. I don't know if anybody's, I'm just Trying to see what's up here. Okay. Just kind of looking around, making sure everything's still running. I'm so excited. I love this. This is so much fun. So anyway, let the people find you. Do it in your writing. Write a book. You've got all this stuff to say about this particular thing. Write a book. Tell your story. Tell your truth. Tell your knowledge to the world in ways that people can benefit. And you don't have to keep wasting it on the people that aren't even listening. So that's what I want to share with that, as far as what you can do when people are draining you. But let's talk about, we always want to talk about the people that's draining us. And I kind of tapped on it a little bit early when I was talking about my own being the energy vampire. Let's talk about our BS. This is the shit that we really don't want to talk about and we want to ignore. We sit up and we look at other people and, oh, they're doing this. Oh, they're doing that to me. Hey, you got some ownership in this too, ma'am, sir. There's some things that you're doing in this that is actually encouraging this behavior, or that's stressing you out about the whole situation. First of all, yes, you're investing your energy. It went nowhere. That can be draining. Your advice is just not words. You meant it to your core. You really want to see this person helped. I get that. My question to you is, why you mad? Why you mad because they didn't listen? Why do you even care that much that you got a whole attitude and you feel it in your whole body? Why you mad? Check your ego. Is your advice coming from your own personal pain and own personal place of needing to be heard? What's going on with you? Why are you so attached to this that it's got you all worked up? I have to ask myself that. I used to work at a workhouse, not a workhouse. Ooh, Lord, it felt like the workhouse. Those that worked with me, it probably was. I tell people, when you come in, you better check ankles, because people were coming in there on house arrest all the time. It was not the workhouse. It was a warehouse. And I loved my job. I worked for a staffing agency. I love to help people get jobs and get set back on track. And I'm a coach, so I see their areas, their challenges, and let's come up with a plan of what you can do. And I would really invest my time and energy into these people. They come in and they have all the excuses. Miss Dory, this happened and I need this and I need to leave early and I can't go. And oh my gosh, my heart would just break for them. I would go talk to the HR manager. Can you give them just one more chance? And she was, Miss Dory, you are too attached to these people. But I would still ask anyway, please. She's having such a hard time. He's having such a hard time. Get them back on the schedule. Give them their hours back. And then the next week they cuss me out and do a no call, no show. And I would be just so devastated. I'm like, oh, I gave you my time, my energy, my love, my support. And this is how you pay me? This is how you repay me? And one day I was sitting there and I said to myself, I was like, Dory, did nobody ask you for your help? That was my issue. That was mine to carry. I'm trying to help people that don't even want my help. You didn't ask for none of this. You didn't ask for my advice. You didn't ask for my counsel. You didn't ask for my time. You didn't ask for. That was on me. And I was upset because they weren't listening to me after all I have done for them. That was me. That was my ego. I needed to put an end to that. So we don't do that. Hence, even this podcast, don't ask me nothing unless you're ready to do the work. I'm not doing that anymore. I don't have the emotional energy to do that anymore. So I'm asking you. I had to check myself. Check yourself. Why you mad? Why you mad? All of the time, our advice ain't even all that. You ever have a situation where you have to go back and you've grown some years and you go back in your 20s and you think about, oh, I advise somebody to do that. Oh my God. And when that happens, I wish, it's like I pray, can I run into this person so I can apologize? I am so sorry. And I hope that this does not carry you off in a wrong path in your life. But yes, then nobody, your advice ain't even all of that. So check yourself, ma'am, sir. Check yourself. Okay. Secondly, it it pokes at your hidden expectations. Okay. Again, I got to check my notes because I don't want to be telling y'all wrong. I can't remember all this stuff. It pokes at your hidden expectations. Are you doing this and are you saying this because it really matters? Or does it matter to you? What is behind what you're saying? Disappointment turns into irritation fast, but that kind of touches on what I was just talking about. Your motive behind it. Why are you doing it? What is the purpose? Is this something that you wish somebody even told you that could be helpful? But is this something that you're going through now that you want to hear? Is this your need to be seen and heard? What is your real reason for doing this? Now, on the scientific side, I guess we can call it that, because we're dealing with hormonal imbalances and things. It can, and it does, trigger feelings of being unseen and undervalued. And so you have to stop and think about, am I upset because they don't hear me? Am I upset because they don't respect my experience? Am I upset because why did they ask me if they didn't want my advice? This activates the fixer mode in people. So if you have a fear of rejection, or you have your self-worth tied to what you do, what you say, this can actually hurt you. It can, and like I said, it can feel like a rejection. It can feel like a rejection of who you are. But that's why, going back, you have to detach yourself from this outcome. This is not you. This may be part of your experience, but this is not you, and this is not who you are. So again, going back to the top, detach yourself from the outcome of this. Sometimes you can be mad because it mirrors past patterns of, again, you not being heard, you giving. And this is really big amongst especially women, coaches and caretakers, and therapists. You do this in order to help. And when they don't, you got old muscle memory that shows up, and the body remembers when you try to help someone, or even when you tried to get help and people were unreasonable and did not help you. So again, it's not always intentional. It's not always your ego. It's not always your feelings. There are old memories that it comes back. So you have to you have to stop and ask yourself, if what I'm feeling right now, since they did not take heed to my advice, and what I'm feeling even reasonable to expect them to understand, to expect them to listen. Okay. All right. So, the last thing that it does, it makes you feel powerlessness. It makes you feel like you can't help them. And I know a lot of us struggle with this, especially with our children. When our children aren't listening, and you want to help them so desperately, and you can see the patterns, you could see the mistakes, you could see the road ahead, sometimes because it was actually you on that road, and that you did this yourself. All of us that don't want to listen, I want to learn myself, let me learn myself. Oh my gosh, that is so the folly behind that, now that I'm 50 something and understanding that. But our kids and other people, that's what, let me learn myself. Why do I want to sit here and watch you fall and hit your head on that rock? I see it coming. And you feel so hopeless. You feel powerlessness. Watching someone struggle, that could drive you crazy. Again, you have to detach from the outcome. You have to detach from your expectations. You have to let them hit their head. How many times did you hit your head? It's okay. It's okay. Hopefully, when they're old, they will learn. They will not depart from your wisdom. They will not depart from your teaching when they're old. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Again, self-care is key in this. I said that again, helping people, advising people, watching people, the the draining, the tiredness, the sadness that comes with it. You've got to take care of you. Take care of you. Decompress, watch something funny, go talk to a friend, go talk to go take a nap, take a bath, eat some of your favorite foods, all the things that you can do to restore your energy and recapture yourself after dealing with such tense emotions, dealing with people and things. So as the advice giver, here are some things that can help you. I'll count them down. It's 5 things again. I'm sorry, my notes are all over the place. Oh, and then I have some boundary things that you could tell people to kind of get you out of the situation. Not situation, but kind of put it back on them and take you off of it. So this is some things that you can do to stop getting upset. Number one, and we talked about this again earlier, consent. No consent means no emotional buy-in. If they don't tell you, hey, if they don't ask what you think, if they tell you they're just venting it, don't you invest in that. Don't you say a word. Don't you say a word. You could say things like, I understand. I'm sorry you're going through. Don't you offer not one piece of advice. Not one. If they didn't ask, don't you tell. Do you understand me? I'm going to do one of those hoppy. Do you understand? That's number one. Number 2, pay attention to your body signals. The moment that you feel the urgency, the moment that you feel the tension in your body, the moment that you feel like you want to say what you should do, or you start thinking they should, stop. That's your cue to stop. You got to either get off this phone. You got to re-clarify what we're here for. You got to stop. Don't you? Your body will tell you that this is too much. This is too much. So check in with yourself. Pay attention to what you're feeling and what your thoughts are. Next, give you information, not attachment. Offer it like a brochure, not a lifeline. It's not yours. I have people that come to me and I know I can't help them, and they come on a friend level. So I'm learning to not jump into coach. But then hey, have you considered seeing a therapist? I know someone, if it's deeper issues and it's abusive type of relationships, and hey, offer resources. You can offer help that way, but do not buy in. Do not detach yourself. Give information, give resources, not attachment. Okay. Return responsibility where it belongs. Make sure it's theirs, because you can care without carrying their emotional baggage. Yes, you can care and not carry it. This is where self-care helps a lot. Take care of yourself. Then finally, ask yourself one grounding question. Because again, sometimes people come to us and we are the ones that feel uncomfortable. So we want to fix it. We want to fix it so we can get out of there. So ask yourself one grounding question. Am I helping, or am I trying to relieve my discomfort? And this is vital. And I'm going to talk about this because this is another episode that's coming up when people offer you advice and you didn't ask for it. Sometimes you're uncomfortable. I'm trying to word this very carefully. Sometimes you're uncomfortable because it mirrors areas of your life. And because you haven't dealt with those, you'll tend to offer advice from your lenses, from how you've been, what you've been doing and how you've been handling it. That's not, all advice is not created equally. All advice is not needed, and everything that you do may not be best for someone else. So ask yourself, is this something that I'm trying to avoid feeling, doing, keeping myself? Or am I really trying to help this person? Okay? Check in with you. It's not always about them. Like I say, deal with your own BS. So, what do you do when you find yourself in this situation? You've got to get out of it. You don't know how to set the boundary. You don't know what to say. They keep going. You're now checking in with yourself. You ask yourself, you're feeling all kinds of stuff. And it's like, oh, I just want to run. I just need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. So here are, let's see, I got five boundaries that you can share with someone. Now, this first one is gentle, but it's firm. You can tell someone, I care about you, and I notice these conversations are starting to feel heavy for me. I don't have the capacity to keep revisiting this unless you're ready to take steps towards change. So don't be like Dory and say, don't ask me shit. No, don't do that. You can do it in love and let them know, hey, this is wearing on me. If the person loves you as much as you love them, they will respect that. They will either take it off the table or they'll start to work through it and value whatever it is that you're sharing with them. If they don't, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying if they don't love you. If they're not ready, they'll bow out and you've been released. Okay? So that's one usable boundary that you can use. Here's another one. I want to be honest. I can listen sometimes, but I can't be the place you process this over and over without action. It's just not good for me. Let them know again, this is hurting me. I can't do it. I just can't do it anymore. I can't do it. Okay? A time boundary you can use to say, I can give you 10 minutes to vent, and then I need us to shift topics. Easy. You've got 10 minutes and I need us to change. I need us to talk about something fun. I can't do this. So here's another one. You can use this one to redirect without rescuing. I'm not the right person to keep holding this. Have you thought about support that's designed for this? It's not fixing it. And it's not over-explaining. You're giving them an out. Hey, have you thought about therapy? Have you thought about your sister? Have you thought about talking to a coach? Have you thought about watching a podcast? Have you thought about reading a book? Offer redirection. Put the onus on them. This one's short and it's not, this is non-negotiable. And again, it may sound mean, but it's not. It's not. It's caring. This is self-care, people. This is self-care, sir, ma'am. This is you taking care of you. I'm not available for vent-only conversations anymore. Done. Full stop. Allow the silence. Say nothing else. Done. We're not doing this anymore. This is about you helping you. What you don't want to do is you don't want to justify your boundary with a long story. You don't need to explain this. This is not helpful for me. I love you, but I can't do this with you anymore. No other explanation needed. That's it. Full stop. Done. Don't argue about whether they're trying or not. That ain't none of your business. They may actually be trying and doesn't have the full capacity to do what needs to be done, but that's none of your concern. Don't argue, because again, the purpose of these boundaries is for you to pull yourself back to care for you. Okay, you don't want to wait until you're resentful to speak. Don't wait until you mad and got an attitude and I'm just, because it's not going to come out right. I had somebody, I don't know if she gonna see this, but we've never talked about this before. But when I was going through one of my phases, my mini phases, and it was crazy because that particular time in my life, I was aware that I was getting on people's nerves. So I was trying to make a conscious effort myself to not talk about certain things when I talk to people. But they asked me how I was doing. So I, out of just sheer reflexes, started complaining again about what was going on, and it was relational. And the person said to me, sometimes I see you call and I see your number come up and I don't even want to talk to you. I don't even want to answer the phone. You are so negative. Now, she was tired. This was full resentment at this point. She came back later and said, I didn't mean to say that like that. I care. But at that time, it was like, I couldn't even get mad. Was my feelings hurt? Yes, they were. Because one, she asked, I was not even going to talk about the situation, but you asked. So I have to learn to come up with a boundary statement, even when people ask, a boundary for myself to keep me from going into that. But she was upset at that point, and I couldn't even be fully mad because she was right. It's like we keep talking about this, and you're nothing is being resolved. Now, at the time, I didn't have the emotional capacity and the resources to do anything about it. Because believe me, I really was trying, but she was upset. So don't let that be you. Make sure that don't wait until you mad and tired and upset. And then all of a sudden it's like, girl, don't even call me. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of hearing about this. Don't do that. Don't blow up on the person. You have the right to state your boundary, but please do it in love and with respect. Okay, we cool now. That's my best bud. I love her. If you think I'm talking about you, I probably am. Okay, you know who you is. Don't keep explaining after you've been clear. You ain't got to keep revisiting this. All right. So boundaries explained repeatedly or boundaries not being held. If you have to keep coming back and say it, then that means you didn't drop the ball, or they're not respecting the boundary. You didn't keep your word. You listened this time and then you didn't listen that time. If you can't take it no more, don't take it no time. If you've set a boundary one time, set it all times. Don't keep going back and forth because you're giving a confusing message. So that's what I want to share today. Okay. I want to do some kind of recap. I don't know. This is only my second episode. I'm just so excited to be here. But if you, where's my other paper? Where's my notes? Let me find my notes. I might actually have somebody. So, okay. No, this is what I'm supposed to say. Okay. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to Don't Ask Me Shit, okay? Where the truth might be uncomfortable, but it will set you free if you're willing to do the work. So remember, you can ask me a question. You can always ask Coach Dory, but if you're not willing to do the work, don't ask me shit. Yes, so stay tuned for the next one. I hope to see you guys next week, every Friday at 12 p.m. If you can't get on here at 12 because you're at work and all that stuff, listen to the replay. Show up, okay? All right? And if you have a question, you need some advice, I'm giving you permission. Send me a message. Send me a text message, a voicemail, or email. All my information, connect with me in the comments below. You can follow me. What am I supposed to say? Subscribe, and share. Become a subscriber so that you can get notifications when the next one comes up. Okay. So again, thanks for listening. If you got a question, you can always ask Coach Dory, but if you're not willing to do the work, don't ask me shit. Bye.